Hey, so today I want to talk about why Uber and Lyft are just totally wrong for people. Um, these platforms, they're specifically designed. When they first started, they had really, really good intentions, to give the average person a way to make some pretty quick money, decent money, just offering rides to people. So initially, that was a good thing. Now, it's not so much, not so much. Okay, when Uber and Lyft came on the scene, they totally dominated the whole taxi and livery industry. You know, providing an app, giving services to the average person as opposed to the um, the limousine people. It was great, but now, like I said, not so much. Um, when I got into this 2 years ago, it was right at a time when financially I was very low. I've been lower. I'm not gonna lie, I've been lower, but and the struggle is real. Um, I've been at this for almost 2 years. When I got into it, it was um, quick money. And honestly, I started out with it like, all right, I'll give it a shot before I start my other job. So I would get up, do it for an hour, hour and a half, almost 2 hours, something like that, before having to go into my regular job at that time. So I started out doing Uber Eats. Doing Uber Eats, I was like, all right, well, I'll go pick up someone's breakfast, whatever, drop it off to them. And I was like, all right, well, that's not bad. At least I'm getting a hang of the app. Um, but I had I got in touch with a friend, actually an ex-girlfriend, and her son was doing Uber Eats and what's the other one? DoorDash, doing both of them at the same time, and he was making a lot more. And I was like, all right, well, how is that? What am I doing wrong? And then after I started studying the way I was doing business, or studying the app, I was like, no, all right, so let's stop doing Uber Eats and DoorDash. Let's give it up. Sure enough, as soon as I switched over to doing the passenger rides, it immediately increased. I was like, oh yeah, yeah, we can do this. And then I ended up um, I ended up quitting my other job because it was that good. Bringing home 1,500 a week, working 4.5 hours. Set myself a goal for $200 a day. Um, it was amazing. Um, you know, but now, no, it's definitely not like that anymore. I mean, you go from 1,500 a week to 900 a week to 1,000 a week to 500 a week to 700 a week. It's just, and it's usually some stupid fee that they claim to be, um they claim to have, that we have to pay for, you know when that wasn't the case. Now all of a sudden, now we're getting hit with, oh, you got to pay for insurance. Last time I checked, during the onboarding process, you made sure to crawl up and down our driver's license. You made sure to crawl up and down our insurance, our own private insurance, and we couldn't even start before before checking that out. Now you're hitting us with all these crazy fees, like, and as time went on, the fees just got more and more and more. And like I said, in a previous video, they're claiming that the drivers get 70% of the entire ride, which, again, like I said, it's bullshit. It's a lie. I guess they think that we're not going to talk to the passengers, or they're not going to tell us what they're paying, and then ultimately, we're just naive to think that whatever they're telling us is true, as opposed to the numbers that actually pop up after the passenger is gone. Like, come on. We're getting ripped off left and right. They're overcharging the passengers, underpaying the drivers. And this is a documented thing. Extremely documented. I mean, every single Uber driver has a travel history. They can go through that travel history and they can see what they were paid for each individual trip. Most of the drivers understand that, when you talk to your passenger, when you have a conversation with your passenger, it can casually come up in the conversation. Oh, hey, how much did you pay for the trip? I'm just curious. I'm trying to kind of audit, my business as to how things are going. That's a quick conversation. I mean, if the conversation, or if your passenger is willing, I mean, they'll tell you, and they'll tell you the truth. Uber's killing us. This is not the best side hustle anymore. There was a time when it was pretty good, but like I said, now, no, not so much. And if you look, you'll see, all you have to do is a Google search for Uber in the news, Uber in the media. Just Google it. Just Google it. If you and you'll see, if you Google it, you'll see that there's some kind of litigation all over the country, all over the world, actually, where it's against Uber. And the litigation is between Uber and the drivers, not necessarily the passengers, but it's between Uber and the drivers. And what we as drivers are doing, or have been doing, since I found out about this, like, I want to say almost a year ago. This driver out in, I think he's in California. His YouTube channel is the Rideshare Professor. I found out about him, and I had no idea that all of this was going on. Being a newbie, I had no idea. But yeah, I mean, to find out that there's class action lawsuits, people being deactivated for no reason. It just got way out of hand. So, oh man, I'm telling you, it's extremely frustrating to deal with this on a regular basis. It's extremely frustrating to feel like your hands are tied because of being manipulated. In the beginning, you're just starting out. You don't know what you don't know. You get in, you do the app, and you try to make the best of it, make quick money, put food on the table, make a living out of it. That's how the app sucks you in. That's how they suck you in. When you're starting out, yeah, it's good. I mean, it's not great, but it's not horrible either when you're first starting out. Because when you're first starting out, you have to learn your market. You have to learn your business, how you want to do your business. Do you want to do reservations just strictly reservations? Do you want to just do Uber Eats or delivery? Or do you want to do passenger trips? What area to go to? You got to figure all of this out. And if you want to make money, you have to figure it out real quick. Me, it took almost 3 weeks to figure out, just how to get a stable income, not a regular income, just a stable income. And then once I figured it out, that's when the money started to increase, So it went from 300 a week to 600. And then once I figured out the 600, then I was like, okay, all right, I got the hang of it. And that finding out once I figured out the 600, that's when that was towards the end of the week. And at that point I was like, all right, I got it. And then it started to pick up 900, 1200, 1500. But I mean, I know it seems like I'm rambling on, and you know what? Yeah, I am rambling. You know why? Because when you're creative and you're frustrated, all your thoughts want to come out at the same time. Every single one of them. So, trying to latch onto one and talk about that for a second, and then you want to latch onto the next one and talk about that for a second. So that's what's going on. Sorry. Forgive me. I'm just sitting here. I'm waiting. Now you see how long I'm waiting. I'm parked, and I'm sitting. I'm parked, and I'm waiting for another ride. I'm waiting for a ride to pop up. According to the app, you should be waiting less than 10 minutes. It's already been about, it's already been over 10 minutes. Plus the editing that I'm going to do to cut out some of the my miswordings and my flubs. It's already been over 10 minutes. It's not even minimum wage anymore. Okay, to put it bluntly, Uber and Lyft is not even minimum wage anymore. $15 an hour. You're out here on the road 8, 9, 10, 12 hours. The max you can do is 12 hours in a day without having to take a 6-hour break. You're out here for 12 hours. You're chugging along, wasting gas. Or if you're smart, once you figured out your business, you'll find a spot that's relatively busy or right in the middle of something that would possibly, you'll possibly get a trip. You'll possibly get a ride. For me, it's the Barnegat area, or going to Barnegat, going to Route 72 in Manahawkin, this time of year. During the summer, we hang out specifically set up on Route 72, close to Manahawkin, LBI, set up that way. That puts you in a radius of half hour, 45 minutes. Barnegat, Tuckerton, get called down to Atlantic City sometimes. I mean, but again, that's wasting gas. You have to find that. You have to figure this out, You don't get compensated for the gas. You get reimbursed for the toll. The majority of people have Easy Pass on their credit card on their own private credit card. It's not, it's not something that's going to be immediately put back into the Uber app, back onto your card. So it's just little tricks, little manipulation. It's annoying. It's absolutely annoying. But anyway, what I want to say is this. You do what you have to do to get what you want, but at the same time, keep your eyes open. The opportunities will come so that you don't have to stick around on this platform. If you decide to get on here, come in for a little bit, keep your eyes open for the next phase. Don't get stuck, because Uber and Lyft will, they'll do you raw with no lube. Okay? I tell you, man. All right. Well, again, I'm not gonna, make this. No, I take that back. I mean, my point of doing this YouTube videos and things like that. My ultimate goal with doing YouTube videos is to share my experience with this. How Uber and Lyft are supposed to be helping you provide for yourself, for your family, or whatever goal, ambition that you have. And it's falling very, very short. So all I can say really is to get in, do what you need to do, get out. 2 years, and I'm focused on providing for my family. That's my purpose. Combined, my wife and I, we have 6 kids. Mine are the oldest. They're all grown and gone. They're all doing their own thing. Her 3, 2 of them are grown and gone. One is in college. One is almost married with a kid. And then her youngest lives with us, and he's autistic, high functioning autistic. So the challenges are there. Us trying to stay afloat, us trying to stay sane. It's difficult when you have to deal with money issues on top of that. So the stress and aggravation and oh man, it's all a struggle. It's all a struggle. Yeah, it's all a struggle. So my advice is to get in and get out as quickly as you can. Do what you need to do to get what you want, and then move on. I'm normally not an opportunist, but the older I get, the more I'm leaning towards, all right, what's the next opportunity? What's next? Let's do this. Let's give it a shot. What's next? Let's do this. Okay, it's not working anymore. All right, time to go. That kind of thing. So that's my advice to you. If you're going to do Uber and Lyft, that's it. Thanks. Talk to you.